In this lesson, we will introduce the if command or function of Excel. We will understand what it does, what is the syntax of this function, and then we will apply it to text data using a data file. The if command in Excel, also known as the if statement, is a very useful command, and its proper usage can make data analysis in Excel a lot more productive and fun. Let us see the syntax of the command. So the syntax begins with the word if, so is equal to if open parenthesis, and the syntax takes in three inputs. The very first input is the logical test, that is the condition that you wish to evaluate, based on which you would take subsequent decisions. So that is the logical test, the first part of the syntax, the first of the three inputs. The next input it takes is, based on evaluating this logical test, what should you do if the logical test turns out to be true? Or in other words, what action do you need to take, or what value you need to put in if the logical test is true? So that is the second part of the syntax, value if true. The last part of the syntax, the last input that the if command takes, is what action do you need to take, or what value you would put if the logical test turns out to be false. So that completes the syntax of the if command. So once again, you begin with an is equal to if open parenthesis. The first part of the syntax is the logical test that you wish to evaluate, comma, what action or what value you need to put if that logical test turns out to be true, comma, finally, what value or what action you need to take if that logical test turns out to be false, close parenthesis. Let's look at it by way of an example. So let's open our Excel spreadsheet and let's go to the file, store sales. This file we have been using in various lessons, and this contains sales data from a store in Canada that sells office supplies online. Amongst the many variables that this file has, one of the variables is the order priority. So every order that this store receives, it attaches a priority to that order, either a low priority, a medium priority, a high priority, a critical priority, or sometimes the order does not get any priority. So the priority is not specified. So these are 5 categories of priority that the store attaches to every order. Now let's suppose the store wants to categorize the order priority rather than across these 5 categories. It wishes to have only 2 categories, and in particular it wants to give a 3-star order priority if the order is of critical importance, that is the priority is critical, and in all other cases it wishes to give a priority of a single star. So that is to say, if the order priority is either low, medium, high, or not specified, the order gets a priority of a single star, and if it's critical, it gets a priority of 3 stars. So let's see how we can use the if command to achieve this. So we insert a column where we'll put in our new variable. So I select this column, do a right click, insert. So a new column is inserted. Let me increase the width of the column. So I would give some heading or title to this column. Let me call it priority star rating. So I'll give either a star rating of 3 or a star rating of 1 to that particular order. And now we'll use the if command to implement our rule. So I begin with an is equal to sign, then the word if, that starts my if command, open parenthesis. If command takes in 3 inputs. The very first input is the logical test, the condition that I wish to evaluate. In my case, it is the condition or the test whether or not the order priority in column C is equal to critical or not. So my logical test is whatever is in the cell C2, if that is equal to critical. Now, since critical is textual data, I will enclose it in quotation marks and then close quotations. So the logical test is if whatever is in cell C2, if that is equal to critical, quote unquote critical, comma, then the second part of the syntax, what do I do if this condition is met? That is, if the order priority is indeed critical, what do I wish to do? And as per my rule, I wish to put in 3 stars there. Again, the 3 stars is textual data, so I will enclose it within quotation marks. Open quotations, I put in 3 stars and close quotations, and then a comma. So now I come to my third input of the syntax, which is what do I need to do if the order priority is not critical? That is, it is something other than critical. And as per my rule, I wish to put a single star there. So a quotation and a single star, close quotation. So that finishes the 3 inputs of my if command. So I close parenthesis and do an enter. So now, since the order priority for the very first order in this file is a low priority, so as per my rule, the priority star rating should be a single star. Let me now copy this formula and paste it in the next cell. So I can select this cell, take my cursor to the bottom right hand corner till I see a thin plus sign and drag it down. The second order has a high priority. Again, as per my rule, the priority star rating would be a single star rating. Again, I copy it down. Again, the not specified order priority should get a single star rating, which it does. When I copy it again, in this case, since the order priority is critical, so as per my rule, I should be getting a 3-star priority star rating, which is what the formula does. And I can copy and paste this formula all the way down in the entire file by taking my cursor till I see a plus sign and then doing a double click. So this copies and pastes the formula in the entire column. In this case, whenever the priority is critical, the priority star rating is 3 stars. In all the cases, when the priority is either low, high, medium, or not specified, all these cases have a single star rating.